Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to introduce the KF Vietnamese website. The slogan for KF Vietnamese is "Be the change you want to manifest." The website has many areas for people to explore. I am going to go briefly over each section. And if people want to go over in details, they can go to kfvietnamese.space to explore further. The purpose of this video is to show people a different perspective of how we share the technology with the people. We focus on the totality instead of one specific aspect of the teachings. And we will first start off with introducing ourselves so people know more about the group behind the teachings, the workshops, and the websites and the YouTube channels. So KF Vietnamese is a nonprofit organization founded to raise awareness of the Vietnamese people to catch plasma science and technology by sharing with people its theories and application in areas like energy, health, agriculture, space, and spirituality. This is where science meets the soul of man. Spirituality and science should be one subject, not two different disciplines. KF Vietnamese ultimate goal is world peace through sharing the work of Keshe Foundation, Universal Council, and Earth Council. Our wish is for everyone to live in peace and harmony under the spirit of one planet, one nation, one race. At the same time, KF Vietnamese provides news and shares information about Keshe plasma science and technology to the Vietnamese people through public seminars, online via Zoom, and through live in-person workshops. We share how to make nanomaterial. Nano is the fourth state of matter. Make GANs, which is gas in nanostate, and create microwave devices to reduce the electric bill. Not only that, we also share with everyone about the soul and how to establish a strong connection with it. Some background history of the technology. Keshe plasma is a new science and technology based on gravitational and magnetic fields interaction taught by Moraine T. Keshe, founder of Keshe Foundation. Its primary goal is to help solve most of the world problems today, like energy, health, food, and contamination, so we can join the universal community and leave the planet to explore in peace, knowing we still have a home to return. We can now effectively reduce our carbon footprint on the environment by reducing and or eliminating the need to burn fossil fuels. Thanks to Moraine T. Keshe, we now have a tool to clean up the environment and raise our standard of living. It is the wish of KF Vietnamese to share this knowledge with everyone so we can live in peace and harmony. Intention. KF Vietnamese shares knowledge for those at the stage of development ready to take actions to make a difference in their life. We unconditionally share information for people to decide whether it is appropriate for them at the time of encounter and value it according to their level of understanding. It is each person's responsibility to determine the validity and value of the data shared. We are not here to convince people. We are here to provide people with the tools and opportunity to take another path in life. Our approach. KF Vietnamese provides free training on Keshe plasma science and technology to people through public workshops and online webinars. It shows people how to nanocoat, make GANs, and build microwave units, along with explaining the theories behind Keshe plasma science. It also teaches people how to apply Keshe plasma technology toward energy, health, agriculture, and space, all under the ethos of one planet, one nation, one race. Roles and responsibilities. Hold space for humanity to learn, grow, and evolve. Founding members need to achieve balance and mastery. Teach and live by the law of one. Share Keshe plasma science and technology. Raise people's awareness to Universal Council, Earth Council, and Keshe Foundation goal of one planet, one nation, one race. Create positive thought forms to group intention to direct humanity's path. Send the energy of love, peace, balance, and joy to all living things. Management and structure. Establish Vietnamese Facebook group, YouTube channel, website, and public teachings as sharing platforms. Transparency of operations through public seminars and workshops made available through Facebook group and YouTube channel. Assist and collaborate with businesses and organizations to teach and share Keshe plasma science and technology. Create infrastructures to assist local communities. Build connections and relationships through unconditional giving, thus opening the door to apply and share what we know about Keshe plasma science. Projects. If we change the environment in Vietnam, people will change accordingly as we elevate their souls through plasma fields. If we clean the environment of negative energy and chemical toxins, then the people have a clearer path to their soul. Through plasma culture, the physicality and emotion are elevated and brought back to balance with zinc and CO2 GANs. Through Keshe plasma products, people are further restored back to balance and better health. Implementation. Keshe Vietnamese Facebook group, YouTube website, and Vietnamese public teaching act as one unit. Keshe Vietnamese Center shares Keshe plasma technology and implements the technology through its own plasma culture plot and business. Vietnamese public teaching videos include an energy transmission of love, peace, balance, joy, violet flame, Mahara current, and golden silver one, along with the most recent. Now it even includes the latest energy of rainbow plasma. Southeast Asia sphere of peace with 9,000 kilometer radius. That could expand further, depends on how many people wish to join the sphere when they connect with it. 444 Keshe Vietnamese Wi-Fi magraphs of love to clear the environment of negative energy and assist to bring balance back to all life forms. Facebook group, YouTube, website, and public teaching. Facebook group is set up as a community learning center where we and other members share our perspective and experiences. There are units set up for people to learn the basic of Keshe plasma science and technology. YouTube channel contains a collection of excerpts from the knowledge seekers workshops and the Keshe Vietnamese public teachings. The website contains lots of useful information and sharing. Feel free to explore all of its treasures. The public teachings summarize key points in the English knowledge seekers workshops from our own interpretation and level of understanding. Contact us. Feel free to reach out to us through the following platforms, or you may contact and join directly on Facebook. We have two groups for people to follow, the Keshe Vietnamese group or White Flower Gardens Awakening. The Keshe Vietnamese Facebook group, the Keshe Vietnamese part includes just mostly teachings from Moraine C. Keshe. The White Flower Gardens Awakening include teachings from Mr. Keshe and from Iasha Asayana. Also with that are basic knowledge on agriculture and farming based upon Korean natural farming, the traditional Korean natural farming, and Jadam, which is the new model of very inexpensive and low cost. And we have different groups with those, a Facebook group, YouTube channel, Telegram, and Facebook page. So people can feel free to explore those different aspects. Now we will move to about our mission. What is the purpose of Keshe Vietnamese? Our mission. We are here to assist in changing the direction and future of Vietnam to be in alignment with the universal community. which in turn assists in elevating the whole of humanity closer to rejoining with the universal community again. If we change the environment in Vietnam, the people will change accordingly as we elevate their souls to plasma fields. If we clean the environment of negative energy and chemical toxin, then the people have a clearer path to the soul. Through plasma culture, the physicality and emotion are elevated and brought back to balance with zinc CO2 GANs. Through Keshe plasma products, people are further restored back to balance and better health through the physicality, redirecting the path of Vietnam to agriculture and environment. This project is accomplished through the collaboration with agricultural businesses like Trung Yu Sun. Since the beginning in 2016, we have traveled this path with KF Vietnamese. We also help to clean the environment through the Southeast Asia Sphere of Peace and the Wi-Fi McGrath of Love. They assist the Vietnamese people to return back to balance emotionally and spiritually. This process will take some time because the land and the people are very negative in energy. They also a free will choice whether people want to accept the energy. The Southeast Asia Sphere of Peace and the Wi-Fi McGrath of Love will raise the frequency and expand people's awareness and consciousness to a positive level. People will gradually move from the negative energies of fear, hatred, jealousy, selflessness, anger, and so on to a more positive energy of compassion, love, and understanding. Vietnamese people are not bad. It is only the environment and the educational system that has led society to the state it is now. In order to redirect Vietnam, we must change the environment through the path of expanding organic agriculture with Keshe plasma technology and KNF Genome combined with education and ethics. The value of GANS technology is not only to clean the environment, but also to improve people's economic and personal well-being. Keshe plasma technology can increase crop yield, prolong growing seasons, increase nutrition in food, increase food quality, increase food shelf-life, reduce water consumption, reduce harvest time, reduce demand and or use of chemical fertilizer and pesticides, and reduce the need to import food. The benefits are much more than this, but we will let people discover them on their own. Implementing one planet, one nation, one race. KF Vietnamese uses Keshe plasma technology and the power of intention to change the environment in its garden, food forest, tea farm, and the country. The logic behind KF Vietnamese projects and implementations is to change the environment by raising its frequency to a level that supports life. Thus, the people, animals, plants, and all other life forms will change along as well for the better. Whether in the garden, in the chicken quail coop, in the food forest, in the tea farm, in Vietnam, or in Southeast Asia, Keshe plasma technology creates a dome of peace, similar in effect to that of the happy room from the McGrath unit. The long-term goal of KF Vietnamese is to restore everything back to balance. Through the use of Keshe plasma technology, KF Vietnamese raises the frequency of the land and environment, therefore creating the effect of holding space for humanity to change, evolve through personal transformation. Personal transformation in the awakening process will lead to balance from the gradual embodiment of soul level consciousness to a significant level. To achieve this goal, we will need to consider the perspective of three people. According to the Linus Pauling, 100% of the disease is due to lack of minerals. According to Moraine Keshe, over 90% of the disease is due to emotional imbalance. According to Iyasha Asayana, disease is from molecular compaction caused by the buildup of miasm in the plasma blueprint template. To assist humanity getting back to balance at the physical, emotional, and spiritual level, KF Vietnamese suggests the following solution. KF Vietnamese recommends people eat nutrition-dense, natural food, preferably with sea GANs and CO2, similar to the chicken, quails, ducks we raise and veggies we grow, to balance the physicality. Utilize products with Keshe plasma energy like tea with zinc to balance the emotion, and use Qatar bioregenesis program to clear miasm at the plasma level before it manifests and plays out in the physical reality. These recommendations will raise the soul of physicality and soul of man to a level of free from the control of the ego, where both can work in sync in the co-creation process harmoniously. The animals, veggies, tea, and environment are just tools we use to deliver the energy of GAN's technology to the people. Just as CAS plasma technology and Qatar biogenesis program are tools we can use for personal transformation during the awakening process. The zinc CO2 GANs will help us return to balance while letting go of negative energy in order to download, integrate, and embody higher level energy, more of our soul essence. Successful case studies. The concept of harmony and balance has always been the driving factor for KF Vietnamese to direct people towards self-mastery. Self-mastery does not only mean conscious control of self, but also the environment. Here is an example. Like any traditional tea growers, Nhung Le believes that location and environment play an important role in the quality of tea. We propose to Nhung that people can grow tea anywhere of excellent quality, of equal value, or even better than those grown at ideal locations and conditions if people can dictate the condition and environment of the tea growing through Jadam, KNF, and GANS technology. After a year of implementation, Nhung Le now believes people can grow high quality tea anywhere if we are able to satisfy its physicality and emotion. The feedbacks from her customers give her great confidence. Those that have experienced her tea will never forget. TDX tea sets a new standard in quality and way of life. The example with Chung Yu Sun is just one of many in changing the environment and achieving balance. The concept we apply to the tea farm is the same one we apply to the whole country and the food forest with the chicken quail coop. Balancing the tea plant is no different than bringing balance to the chickens and to humanity on the whole. KF Vietnamese goal is to create balance at the root level using test plasma science, not treating the symptoms of imbalance. This was put to test with the chickens on our property. We created the condition for the chickens to grow up happy, feeling loved, and secured, not as a countermeasure for the emotional imbalance diseases, but from the desire to give unconditionally from the heart of a conscious being. If they are physically and emotionally satisfied, then we'll create a strong immune system with a high probability of overcoming any ailments. This was proven with the outbreak of Newcastle virus on a new batch of 404 baby chickens. It did not spread to the chickens, ducks, quails, or even the older chicks when they intermingled. The new baby chicks of 404, we received them from the hatchery, from the local hatchery, and they grew up from the conventional environment, being vaccinated. Well, not they are not vaccinated, but the parents were vaccinated, and they grew up within that environment. So when they come to the plasma environment, it's take a little bit of adapting. And there was initial shock at the beginning, which caused them to be vulnerable to the Newcastle virus. Okay, we go to the next section on effect of GANs on people in the environment testimonial. Nhung Le shared her experience and observation on the effect of GANs in her village after 10 months. Everyone in her village uses pesticide and herbicide. She warned them against their harmful effects, but nobody cares. Now, at least 3 families stopped using herbicide on weeds and are also using organic fertilizer in place of chemical fertilizer. Solidarity and tireless working spirit of the people surprised Nhung. Nhung's garden is watered with liquid plasma every week. People came to work on the garden all day happily and are not exhausted. Guests came to Nhung's house to visit and drink tea throughout the day, but slept very well at night. Vegetables grown on rocky soil with inadequate water still produce fruits. The quality of the beans, melon, green vegetables, and herbs were very sweet and fragrant. The baby cucumber was huge. Nhung's son changed a lot, from a boy who lacked confidence and was timid to a carefree and confident child. Nhung Le's testimonial is only one example of many personal transformations through the exploration, experimentation, and usage of GANS technology. Her own transformation led her to understand and have more confidence in sharing plasma technology with her friends, family, and acquaintances. The improvement in her health, emotional and mental well-being, and as well as seeing the effectiveness of the technology with her family and friends gradually transformed her to see life in a new perspective and with better clarity. The expansion in consciousness allows her to see things at a deeper level. The transformation led her closer and closer to being her true self. It allows her to be in touch with her soul and hears its wisdom through the heart. GAN's technology returned her back to balance with more confidence in herself and less worry about life. Being able to let go of repressed emotions, fear, and limiting thought patterns, she is able to walk a path more aligned with her spiritual signature. Her soul calling becomes clearer each day with each step she took to make the changes in her life. Through the gradual transformation, the ego begins to step back into the background, letting the voice of her soul be heard and guide her journey to self-mastery and the fulfillment of her soul purpose. So this, we have some pictures of the people that initially came to the Vietnamese Center and to the property. Clearing out is a jungle, but they work tirelessly, but not extremely fatigued like you usually work on very hot, long, tiresome day. So now we move to the overall section, so we can see the overall objective of what Vietnamese want to accomplish. So in this home page, we want to give people an idea to start questioning, everything they knew in the past, and to try to reconfirm and to start from the beginning and to let go of all existing knowledge and try to seek answer and not accept things for what they have been given or what we have been giving as fact, without confirmation, without asking its origin and its validity. It's also to give people an overall perspective of what can Keshe plasma science technology do for us on a personal level and for us on our overall process of evolution. So I'm going to read through this part quickly to give people an idea, and the other parts I'm going to skim through because people can go there and just explore further by themselves. I'm just going to give them a quick look, but for this main page, I'm going to go through for people to have a better idea of what we're trying to achieve, our overall main purpose. So this part is trying to ask people to start questioning everything they know. Do we really come from apes, or they are different from us and are the original inhabitants of this planet? What if hypothetically the present day history of human species is really the history of the Leviathan, Luciferian, Illuminati lineage, which is a race created with the genes of angelic human, Anunnaki, and apes for bioregenesis of fallen angelics with distorted DNA back to their original divine blueprint? What if our memory was wiped out after the Great Flood over 11,000 years ago with blank slate technology to hide the real Earth's history? What if a set of theories, Big Bang, Darwinism, and human origin, was contrived to keep us in the dark about our true origin and the nature of our existence? Did we really come from ocean scum? If Mr. Keshe is correct in stating we can be manifest and manifest anywhere, then what are the chances of us manifesting here in different Stargate locations on the planet, forming the 12 tribes, 7 root races, and 5 cluster races? How does Mr. Keshe's teachings play a role in clearing some of these questions? We hope you will continue to explore these topics further with us. I think people hear a few things about the 12 tribes and root races, but they're not able to picture everything together because we have pieces of information here and there throughout the web, throughout history. But when people look deeper, they will have a better understanding the meaning of those 12 tribes, not as they're seen in the Bible, but for what they are in reality. So I'm going to go through a part about indoctrination. We are at a point in time where people are starting to wake up in mass number. People are no longer accepting the status quo and are looking for answers to many questions. They are looking deeper into subjects for which they have taken for granted, like health, food, environment, religion, and government, to name a few. People are seeking a healthier way of life. They are seeking to get back into balance with nature. They are looking for alternative ways of doing things. They are looking deeper into how things work and the nature of their existence. They are seeking for a purpose and meaning to life greater than what they were led to believe for thousands of years. Regardless of whether people come to Keshe Foundation for free energy, seeking answers to health issues, or for whatever other reasons. This is one of the first steps their soul have led them on a path of spiritual awakening. Through the exploration of Keshe plasma science, people will discover answers to many hidden questions they seek on a subconscious level and come to realize and see a world beyond their mental understanding. The knowledge will elevate their soul out of a matrix that have enslaved their consciousness. The knowledge will set their soul and physicality free from the control of special interest groups that is not in line to the best interest of humanity. It is KF Vietnamese desire to guide and assist people on this adventure and journey of self-exploration. What is Keshe plasma science technology? This technology teaches the natural laws of the universe and how it creates people along with things in existence. If you understand the principle and theory behind the teachings, you can also use it to help improve your health, generate unlimited energy, grow crops without fertilizer, clean the environment, or even create any material you want, and many more applications. Keshe plasma is a new source of energy from a deeper understanding of how the universe works. It is what makes up neutrons, protons, and electrons. It is the basic building block of all life forms and matters. It is consciousness, it is intelligent, and has awareness of its own existence. Keshe plasma is made up of three different states of matters called principal or antimatter, transition, dark or antimatter, and matter. The three states of matters are created from cosmic rays of similar strength. The universe works through few interactions. If we understand this basic and fundamental principle, we can use the knowledge to repair our physical body or create anything. This knowledge will change the way we perceive ourselves, the universe, and the nature of our existence. We no longer need to kill other living things to feed ourselves, use oil for energy, or destroy the planet for raw material like iron, oil, and wood. The universe does not use money. Everyone in the universe community take and create what they need from the environment. This technology teaches us how to live according to the natural laws of the universe. This knowledge can elevate our minds to the extent that we can join the universal community to coexist and thrive peacefully. This technology will bring us back into balance and help us let go of our differences and judgments to become one planet, one nation, one race. KF Vietnamese main objectives. One of our main goals is to change the environment of Vietnam to be more positive and cleared of negative energy. Then the people will change along accordingly, back to their natural, loving, and compassionate nature. The second is to create the foundation for 5-day living to revolutionize the agriculture industry and the current patriarchy lifestyle. I hope our view on Keshe plasma science gives people another way of looking at the technology and its implementation. Spiritual awakening. Many people who are going through the early stages of the awakening process are no longer certain what their outer purpose is. What drives the world no longer drives them. Seeing the madness of our civilization so clearly, they may feel somewhat alienated from the culture around them. Some feel that they inhabit a no man's land between two worlds. They are no longer run by the ego, yet the arising awareness has not yet become fully integrated into their lives. Inner and outer purpose have not merged. Eckhart Tolle. So we think Eckhart Tolle's quote best describes the majority of Keshe Foundation knowledge seekers. About 5 years ago in 2016, Tỉnh was in the same boat. He was at the impasse in life, not sure what to do next. We all have different reasons to join Keshe Foundation, but we are sure our soul led us to the same point as part of our spiritual development in the awakening process. During that time, he has an urge to relocate to Vietnam. He made the move without hesitation. shocking his family and relatives. People thought he was insane. Most people want to leave Vietnam by whatever means, while he plunged headwards into what Vietnamese believe is a hellhole. Family and relatives believe it was too dangerous. The government would give him trouble. On top of it all, he has no means to support himself on a long term. Transformation. Self-mastery is a byproduct of enlightenment. Enlightenment is the result of personal transformation through the awakening process. This process is expedited through the use of GAN's technology from Keshe plasma science and technology, and through elevation of the soul from understanding Keshe plasma science. To reach this level of understanding, we're going to share with everyone the 15 attitudes and responsibilities of mastery from MCEO Freedom Teachings as a comparison to the attributes of the Creator taught by Moraine Keshe. The path of self-mastery offers two choices: service to others or service to self. Both are expression of source. One leads back to source with all the knowledge, experience, and memory, while the other returns as stardust from molecular compaction. Basically, one is the path of giving, while the other is the path of taking, respectively. Attitudes and responsibilities of mastery. Part of the process of spiritual integration of our higher selves or expansion of our consciousness involves reprogramming the way we think. Our thoughts create our reality and the life experience we have on the inside and the outside of us. The following attitudes and responsibilities, when embodied and lived, will help to change our thought patterns. Thoughts that we simply take for granted because they are part of the programming we currently carry. Changing the thought patterns is actually changing the programming in the personal template. Here are the 12 attitudes of mastery. Actually, there are 15, but so far, for what I have prepared in the past, it's 12. There are 3 more. And at the later point, I will discuss and share that what are those 3 attitudes of mastery. There are actually 15 attitudes of mastery and 15 attitudes of responsibility that go hands in hand. So I'm just briefly going to go over the attitudes of mastery. Love, grace, gratitude, reverence, respect, responsibility, trust, accountability, impeccability, mindfulness, fearlessness, engaged detachment, and joy. So those are the 12. Elevation of the soul of physicality to a level that it can access the soul of man. The moment you start watching your thoughts, a higher level of consciousness become activated. This statement is a huge clue. Keshe Foundation knowledge seekers are all at different stages of development and awakening process. Traditionally, we can use yoga, meditation, or a few other methods to achieve the observer perspective. Who is that person observing our thoughts and actions? With the help of GAN's technology, we can speed up the process of awakening and replace yoga and meditation as the method of choice to obtain the observer perspective. When we are able to observe our thoughts and actions, then we have broken free from the ego level of consciousness to the soul level. The hold of the ego on our actions begins to lose its grips as we begin to listen to our conscience, our heart, our soul. This is like an upgrade in processing power. The ego and soul are different aspects of us at different level of consciousness. We can also tap into higher aspects of us above the soul level. Biological and spiritual evolution allow us to accrete enough energy to tap into higher aspects of ourselves with larger level of awareness to integrate and embody. This is our path of evolution and journey back to source. Let's get back to the use of GAN's technology. Zinc CO2 balances our emotion and physicality. A balanced body-mind-spirit complex allows us to move away from high vibration, low frequency energy like fear, hate, and anger to a lower vibration, higher frequency energy like love, peace, balance, and joy, thus raising our consciousness and awareness level to where we are expanding. This is also referred to as elevation of the soul. The map of consciousness can clearly show this effect. When we are calm and relaxed, we are less negative. The pattern of negative behavior and limiting thought patterns are not overwhelming. We are able to make better choices and not caught in the flow of automatic reaction from emotions and fear programs playing out in the mind. In another word, the environment, events, and people can't trigger us as easily. So that's basically the overall objectives and what we're trying to share people to connect the dots with different things so we see the overall purpose of the teachings, not just focus on making GANs, making nanomaterial, or making McGrath units. Those are just tools to serve a higher purpose or building blocks, lessons at the beginning level to achieve a higher level of understanding of a bigger picture of the nature of our existence. And as you can see from the top menu, we have additional topics like garden material, soul plan, care Vietnamese center, public teachings, agriculture, experience, 5D farming models, products, health protocol, gallery, GANs, learning exchange, blog, donate. So I'm going to go quickly over them. Garden material I'm going to go over just a short bit of that because there are materials in there that I can't show too much, or else YouTube gonna smack me with the some warnings. So what is the garden material? One of the main purposes of Keshe plasma science is to enlighten people on the existence of the soul, its relationship to the human physicality and the energy that created it, along with all things in the universe. Spirituality is not something you seek. You are spirituality, a spirit having a human experience. To understand spirituality is to know yourself and the environment in which you exist at a deeper level. To understand spirituality is to understand the nature of your existence and the reason behind it. In order to understand how Keshe plasma science and technology play a role in human development and evolution of the soul, leading us to the next stage of learning, we will use kinetic and schismatic science to explain and connect a few main points together. In case people have not heard of those new sciences, we provide a brief definition from the Amenti project. So here the definition, so people want to go to the website, they can look at that and see what Kilanta is all about. MCE or Freedom Teachings and Tantric Aura Teaching by Iyasha Asayana are two of our main sources of information. To put things into perspective, Keshe Plasma Science by Moraine Keshe is an introductory course at the kindergarten level on the science and creation of the universe and universe. The other two teachings are on a more advanced level of understanding using kinetic and schismatic science to explain the structure of creation. The older MCEO Freedom Teaching uses the Kathara Biogenesis program as a tool to assist in human biological and spiritual evolution. The newer Tantric Aura teachings use Proga and Earth Sync technologies to stay in alignment or in sync with the rising of Earth's frequency to 5D level in harmonic universe 2 of internal creation. And so that is a process starting from very recently. For the next 900 years, we will progressively increase in frequency to match that of the planet. So what is the garden material? The garden material is a set of teachings shared by Iyasha Asayana through many of her workshops over the past 22 years since 1998. The first half of the teachings is called MCEO Freedom Teachings, available on the Azurite Press. The MCEO Freedom Teachings are a set of workshops by Iyasha Asayana from 1998 to 2012, no longer available for sale due to a little bit complication of lawsuit and breakup between Iyasha and her husband. The same situation that happened with Moraine Keshe and his wife, Caroline. I believe they happened for the same reason, which I will briefly just touch upon it, but people can look into it for further details, because back in, I think 2009 or 2011, I don't know, remember the exact date, where the template for our planet for the violet shield and the green shield shatter, not shatter, but well, it become corrupted and reversed to dark flowering, with fatality dark flowering, then it shattered. And those that are from the soul family of the violet family and the green family, they went 180, meaning their personality changed completely. They become more reverse, or you can say more not self. And you can, if people that know them will easily recognize that, and they might look like what they are before. They might preach a lot of things like love and light, but the action contradict them. So there's a lot of talk, but there is no action to back up that talk. They are living more of, I shouldn't say hypocritical, to go that part. But anyway, it's because those people are on those template, the structural template. So it's affect the personality on a physical level. They have a change in personality. I think that's probably the reason why they let Caroline and Mr. Keshe to split apart the same way that happened to Iyasha Asayana and her husband. That's just a quick history and overview. So I'll go back to that. The MCEO Freedom Teachings are a set of workshops by Iyasha Asayana from 1998 to 2012, no longer available for sale, explaining the structure of the universe along with its blueprint of all creations, the relationship of energy and consciousness, human and cosmic history, and the evolution of consciousness to the use of Keylontic science. The information comes from the CDT plates, which are also the source of a large collection of texts called the Mahabharata texts, sharing a lot of one perspective. CDT plates were a set of data on 12 CDs that was given to humanity about 246,000 years ago by other beings in the cosmic community. You can say it's sort of like the Akasha record, but it's on a physical CDs of material that is not found on this harmonic universe. It's found on Earth or on Gaia, or actually no, it's found on Terra, on harmonic universe 2, not on this harmonic universe 1 where we live right now. Anyway, I will continue. The second half of the teachings is called the Tantric Aura teachings, available through Arrays Productions. There are a set of workshops by Iyasha Asayana from 2012 ongoing that focus on spiritual growth, self-actualization, and reclamation of our birthright of eternal life ascension, utilizing AMCC, MCEO, plasma technologies, and sacred information stored on the Kumeya Alhambra crystal disk, as translated by AMCC, MCEO Speaker 1, Iyasha Asayana. This is systematic science. So basically, the Alhambra crystal disk are a set of data that are more comprehensive than the CDT plates. CDT plates are just basically data for our own time matrix. And the Alhambra crystal disks are a collection of data, including many time matrices, many universes or cosmoverse. So it's a bigger collection of more data that later on, when you research further and look further into the freedom teachings and the tantra aura teaching, you understand the structure of the universe and the steps to heaven and what we have to go through to return back to source. You can better understand the structure. Like right now, that just is quick overview. It's just a humble quest of this. It's just a bigger collection of more data that encompasses a bigger structure than what in the CDT plates, which is more like a localized version, a small area of the cosmoverse. And basically, humans' birthright was we have born, raised, or born, we were created to be guardian of our time matrix from to 12D, but things happen, you know. We got invaded, modified, GMO. Now we no longer on a physical level has that capacity, but what the freedom teaching does is share us the technology to help us to repair ourselves, just like how CO2 reverse GMO. The technology we've been given through the freedom teachings and the tantra aura teachings help us to repair our blueprint, so we return back to our original true self of eternal life and guardian of this time matrix, and have full, complete consciousness and awareness of all our other selves and everything and our relationship to the universe and source. So before you engage in the MCEO Freedom Teachings by Azurite Press, it is highly recommended you do all the free techniques from Array's Productions or get similar to follow pirated full version here to provide adequate protection against reverse Metatronic currents from the trumpet pulses with the newly available plasma energy. Plasma energy is a stronger frequency from internal creation that is only made available during special circumstances, like under failsafe, to external creation where we currently reside. It is no longer safe to do the light body activations and techniques from the MCEO Freedom Teachings due to the mass drama unfolding on the world stage. These free techniques are part of the second phase of Iyasha's teachings under Array's production instead of Azurite Press called Tantra Aura Teachings. The Freedom Teachings work with external creation, chelantic light body structure, while the Tantra Aura Teachings work with internal creation, systematic plasmatic structure of the deity planes. We are sharing this so people can have a wider perspective and understanding of the big picture involved our path of evolution and the current drama unfolding. We have compiled a playlist of excerpts from recent workshops to help people better understand the teachings and its purpose. We hope you will find it useful in your search to better understand the world in which we reside and the nature of our existence in this 3D reality. Join our Facebook group, White Flower Gardens Awakening, for more information. There's a lot more information than this, but below. But I will let people to explore it themselves because it includes a lot of videos that will get me a few extra warnings for sharing it publicly, so people can explore further. This is just a quick overview, give people understanding, so that those that want to go to understand the Keshe plasma teachings and want to delve deeper to have a more comprehensive, more detailed understanding, they can go to look at the guardian material offered by Iyasha Asayana. Next, we go to soul plan. Mr. Keshe talked a lot about the soul recently, or this year and last year, and a lot of the people are still confused about what is the soul, how do I connect with the soul, what is it, and all that stuff. And to get started, to get better understanding, people can use more tangible modalities, other teachings to help them create connect the dots and have a clearer pictures. And in this soul plan section, I share a lot of a few modalities. People can go research for themselves and see how that will help them to understand what is the soul and how do I find about myself, how to understand my soul purpose, and about life and its other meaning of it. So I'm gonna go just briefly go read these 2 paragraphs, and people can go here to look at it and experiment and to find out for themselves on a deeper level. One of the biggest challenges for knowledge seekers is to grasp the concept of the soul. Many are unsure of its location and how to communicate with it. Moraine Keshe has pointed out that the soul is located at the center of the brain. Because people are too physical and are always looking for confirmation, they have a hard time understanding its operation to the mental mind. People think the soul is something outside of them, not inside and a source of their physical manifestation. People believe the ego mind epigenetic overlay is them, but it is only the add-on or plug-in that encases the true soul essence, the main program. The soul essence appears to be on standby or sleep mode for most people, while the ego is in charge of the physicality. Even when the soul is active, it has a hard time connecting to people through many levels of filters to reboot, wake people up from the safe mode. We are now in a period where people are waking up in mass numbers as the soul takes over the control of the ego mind. We are going to share our perspective and experience to help people understand the nature of their soul. So the question is life random or has a purpose by design? What is the nature of my existence? Was the question that always in Tun's head since the start of his spiritual awakening. He has searched and looked hard at many places to find the answer. Through that journey, he has encountered different modules to help him piece together an answer. Human design, soul plan, aura reading, and gene keys are the modules he has studied to understand better about himself. Each module has its own strengths and weaknesses, but when combined with the MCEO freedom teachings and the Tantra aura teachings from Iyasha Asayana, it provides a clearer, bigger picture overview. Tantra aura teachings show how we hold different level of encryption for mastery in the 15 codes of virtues and the 15 attitudes of mastery. The gene keys profile can clearly show and confirm one's potential level of embodiment as demonstrated by Tun's profile. More importantly, the different modules shows how our soul designed the life we ought to experience and encounter. They show life is not random and meaningless. They show the vastness of intricate design and the connectedness of everything in the universe yet to be understood and still yet to explore. And I'm going to let everyone explore the rest of this section or page. So, Vietnamese Center. I'm going to scroll quickly through these so for people to take a quick preview of it. Vietnamese Center is the place where people can come to learn and experience Keshe plasma science technology in action on a small family farm of 4,000 square meters located in the rural area of Thai Nguyen, Vietnam. People get to eat Keshe plasma food and taste energy. Drink. Let me repeat that. Eat plasma food and taste energy tea grown with GANS technology, not available anywhere else on this planet. Visitors have the opportunity to interact directly and one-on-one with Vietnamese staff members. Those that are curious and stay long enough may experience a soul plan reading, revealing the soul purpose, talents, and weaknesses. So we have here, I share this on Vietnamese Facebook group or on YouTube channel, the video walking through the Vietnamese Center. Within that, we have the plasma garden. We have the food forest, which is in progress. We have the chicken quail coop. We built that ourselves, or I built that with some help. We have the rice field and ducks. This is the old rice paddy, which is not that big. This is we also right now on almost in a few more weeks, we are ready to harvest another batch of rice. It's a small plot, but it's bountiful. Here, aquaponic plasma pond. The pond here, we just beginning several weeks ago, growing the algae, as you see on the right. This algae we use to feed the chicken, the quails, and ducks, and everything else on the property. So it's very nutritious, and it's grown with GANS technology. And also on top of that, we have the natural tea farm on the property. It's not big, but it's we have over 10 hectares of tea, but this small property show people what the actual tea look like, and to get a taste of it without having to go to another location to look at the bigger tea farm or the tea area. But to show them that, you know, when they use GAN technology, especially at the basic level, they're not going to be people when they read all the introduction and they want to look at the farm, they expect something very shocking, something very, I don't know, earth shaking, shattering. But I just want to show them that when you use basic GANs without any amino acid connection, without using specifically for the crop, it's going to look just like normal. It's not going to be something shocking growth, like huge, bigger fruits and all that stuff. It's going to look just like what it did before. What different is that the energy in the environment, the taste of whatever it is, whether it's tea or the chicken or the fruits, the veggies, you cannot judge things by face value. You have to taste it, feel the environment, sense the energy around, and you notice how the difference it is. It's a huge difference in energy level where you're in a plasma environment and the food tastes much different. But on a physical eye level, when you look at things, it's just the same. So I want to share people that so that they're not come and be disappointed when they expect to see something spectacular with GANS technology where the tea plant's like 10 feet taller, or the fruits are like double in size, and the corn or the rice or the cucumber is like 3 times bigger. That is not realistic. Maybe things will be a little bit bigger when they have better understanding of the technology and create the amino acid connection for that specific crop, then they have a much better yield. But what I'm sharing people now is just a basic generic use of the technology with no special modifications. You can say that it's just the basic ground testing on level 1 so far. So this is the KF Vietnamese Center. Some pictures for people to see. Yeah, this is the vegetable gardens. The vegetable garden initially in the summer, which has been turned into the rice. We grew rice here for the second round. I think you see down, where's the rice? Here it is. Here we grew rice, then after that we grew veggies, and we're gonna grow rice again afterwards after we made actually we grew, on the last batch, we grew corn. We harvested the corn for the chickens. Now, after the corn, we'll grow the rice. I don't know if you can hear from the background. I have 2 sheep, 2 goats. I think they hear me talking and they're crying out. 2 baby goats we added to the family not long ago, 7 months ago, when they were just weeks old or 1 week old. And we have to feed them milk because something happened with the mother not feeding them. So now they become attached to us. They think I am father goat. So this is the webinar where the seminar online workshops, and here we go through our the teachings and what our perspective is. It's very short, our key points, main purpose of teachings. And I think we shared this often before, and I'll share once more time our perspective on marine cash teachings. Free humanity from the elites known as the cabal, create new world governance structure, disclose hidden technology, give cash plasma technology to the people, educate humanity on universal law, elevate the soul of man, help humanity to establish a strong connection with the soul, bring mankind back to balance, establish one planet, one nation, one race, secure world peace, assist Earth in joining the universal community, push mankind to the next stage of evolution called ascension. So that is our perspective on Moraine Keshe teachings. So the main things with Care Vietnamese is we focus on agriculture, self-health, or energy or other aspects, because it's much easier to focus agriculture in Vietnam and less obstacle, less hurdle to go through. And to do with agriculture, we work with, let's say, Chadam or green natural farming as a stepping stone to bridge and to help lower the learning curve, to establish a better connection with people. So that's one way to help us to redirect Vietnamese to agriculture and the environment. And agriculture help change the environment and then help to change the land and everything. And through the food, we're able to help people raise the physicality and the soul to the next level. Here we just share about green natural farming. This is Chadam. Chadam is very our farming model. Basically, here we share our farming model and what we use for farming. We teach people basic farming from the ground up. Just because we are able to know advanced technology doesn't make us a farmer. We have to have basic farming skill, agricultural knowledge. And this is where Chadam and green natural farming fill the gaps, and the Keshe plasma science take it to the next level. And it's also, we can use GANS technology to piggyback on green natural farming, so it's be easier for people to accept and learn. Yeah, here we teach about waste management as well and how to maximize our resources. And people can come here to learn more about it. And here we also share our experience in to the plasma garden lessons, to the food forests, to the tea and gas technology where we learn. So the main thing that we work with is to the tea farm, to growing tea. We work with not a big tea. It's in the process of expanding right now. I think at most 10 hectares. 10 hectares would be 1 hectare is like 10,000 square meter. For those that are American, that doesn't work in those in meters or hectares or that. So 1 hectare is about 10,000 square meter. I don't know how many acres that is off the top of my head. And here we learn about immunization and balance emotions, the effect of technology and environment. Basically, we share our experience of the GANS technology and everything in people, in the environment, in balancing the emotion and immunization, in animal husbandry, in tea farms, and agriculture in general. And we also share the 5D farming model of how GANS technology is involved in helping create the 5D farming model of the future, which we have here with the example of Sun. And people can come here to read more about it and the company and how GANS technology apply in real life. And the products are created by KF Vietnamese. We have 2 main products that we created, we have shared and spoken about the Southeast Asia spear piece and the Wi-Fi graph of love. And you can come here to read more the specific details of it. It's a simple device, and a lot of people find it very effective. It's very inexpensive to make. But the effect of it is beyond your imagination of what it can do. Then we have the health protocols, some of the solution provided by Mr. Keshe in the past to address different problems, different remedies, and we recorded here. This is incomplete, but I just gave a few examples for now. This is just, the website is just on the basic template. I didn't do the complete version yet. I'm worn out, or we are worn out. Actually, I am worn out. We will add more to it later. I use we, but it's just only me at the moment. So diabetes, postnatal depressions, those are excerpts we take from the knowledge seeker workshops, and people can go through that and apply to see how it works for them. Herpes, postnatal depression, diabetes, drug addiction, vaccines, poison, mercury toxicity removal, bipolar, beautiful people, high blood pressure, stroke, Alzheimer, MLS, ALS, MS, brain damage. Then you have the famous One Cup, One Life with the pandemic, to address the pandemic with One Cup, One Life. And you have the gallery, which I share different photos of, or we share different photos of different things with the workshop. Here we have the Vietnamese and Farsi dance workshop back in 2016. Here we have Azar, for those that have never seen her but heard of her through the workshop but haven't seen her face. This is some experiment that we did earlier in 2016 with rice and fruit trees and rambutan. And we have the cash plasma garden, animal husbandry later on. This is when the chicken coop was in the process of being built. Don't do what I did here, what we did here, what I did here. That's a very long process. Tedious. The manual labor, the labor cost is a lot much more than what the material would cost. Go high tech, it's much faster. Here our baby chicks. This is the new area we acquired here. This is it looked very wild before I mowed it down. We whacked it down, and we put down the process. We planted rice here, and we're in the process. In maybe another month, we're able to harvest here as well. Here it's just two lots up in the front of the property. In a few weeks, we're able to harvest rice here. I shared a video earlier where we have the transplanting of rice. Here, this is a crazy area that nobody wanted. I did a lot of weed whacking here to make it look that decent. Then we planted rice here, but a lot of weed came up. It's very neglected. We neglected when we planted the rice, but we just planted the rice. We didn't do anything else extra. Here, we give more TLC. This area here, we planted some rice without water. It didn't end up very well. So those are some of the things, some of the land that we acquired, the old footage, and we have used it to grow corn, ginger, and other things in it. Basically, I use it to plasmify the whole entire area and community. So people around me will have you know, you can't change them, but you can change the environment, and they'll change along accordingly. Yes, here we share about GANs technology, about nanotechnology. It's incomplete. The Vietnamese version has much more details. When I have some time, I will add more other things, but right now it's just very bare bone basic about nano and GANs, nanotechnology, what it is, GANs technology. I share something about water and the power of intention or thoughts and emotions, the creation process, and the blueprint for 4 basic GANs and 5 ways to use GANs. Man, this video is not really that popular, but YouTube just took it right out. I have to upload it several times. It took it out, violating communities. No, not violating communities. It just took copyright. It hit me with copyright. I don't know. My face is copyrighted. I don't know what's copyrighted. Just basically, it took it down just like the way it took. No, I think it's copyrighted. Community standard. I don't remember which one. Either copyright or community standard. The same way it took One Cup, One Life down without any logic, without any reason. Just basically suppression of free speech. Flat out suppression of free speech on bogus claim of community standards of the Illuminati guideline standard. Anyway, it was just me speaking, and I just took it down, and it took out other few videos of mine where just me speaking and sharing. One Cup, One Life, they remove completely. It doesn't matter how many times I upload it, removed, but we have another version somewhere that uploaded on a different account, but that did not get removed. Just the one on KF Vietnamese website and my own personal, not website, but on KF Vietnamese YouTube and on my personal YouTube, they keep getting removed, but we have other locations. Yeah, learning exchange where we are welcome to work with other groups to share information, like we did several times with the Keshe Foundation of Iran. We were on several times sharing, exchanging information. Any other groups, language that want to work with us or to share information, to exchange information, welcome to contact us. We have the blog where we share some of our perspectives on about different things like emotions and God and fake gods, evolution, love. So we share our things and people can come here to read more about it. And last but not least, we have the donate section, which is really used. In the past, I used Patreon, but it closed me down before I even get to use it. Maybe because I blab too much about the Illuminati and about the elite family and the cabal, so they didn't like me bashing them a little bit. I guess that would pay back. I don't know. Anyway, I have a few people donated to me through Patreon, and they just shut me down for suspicious activity. I don't know, making donation or using their service is suspicious. So they find whatever reason, bogus reason to shut people down. So that's why I stopped using Patreon, because I just don't like the way it operates. That was just too shady. It shut me out completely without giving any explanation or saying, hey, maybe you'd like to set up your account complete before you have people donated. Like, instead of just calling people suspicious without having properly gone down the line and explaining them they should do this and that first before you have people donated. Anyway, so I come up with a new way of direct bank transfer or through crypto and blockchain. And later on, I will talk more about blockchain. To me, blockchain is just more than crypto or cryptocurrency. It is a technology that will revolutionize the way we do things in our society. And later on, I will share more about that in a different video and the power of blockchain and what it can do for us, just like gas technology is a technology that will change everything in society, and blockchain is the same thing but a different aspect. We have so many different implementation of changing our society from 3D to 5D, and this is just one thing. And here I'm using right now, people can donate either through Ethereum or SHIB tokens. I prefer SHIB Ethereum is just the basic because a lot of people have and it's easy access. So those are the two tokens, cryptocurrency that I use accept right now, either Ethereum or SHIB, that is for Shiba Inu. And that's it for now for the video. And I thank you everyone for taking a tour. And here's just me introducing KF Vietnamese website. Be the change you want to manifest. And people can go to kfvietnamese.space. Again, kfvietnamese.space to check out the website and to look at it in more detail. And I thank you everyone for making it this far into the video. Thank you.